Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another Sacred Union Energy update. This is likely going to be the last collective reading that I do for the next week or so. As some of you guys know, I was called a few weeks ago at the beginning of April to close down to personal readings for this next week, April 27th through May 3rd. I actually stopped doing personal readings on Friday. My energy was just so heavy and I was just feeling the shifts and just out of balance within myself. So I'm going on a little bit of a spiritual retreat in my home today, working with, I've been working with Isis energy and Mary Magdalene energy, which is interesting because as I've come to understand it, they are from the same lineage. And if you guys remember a few weeks ago, I mentioned that I have been feeling priestess energy and goddess energy just rising within me. And so I am doing this inner mentorship with Isis and Mary Magdalene. So I'm really called to just go within and do this inner retreat. And I'm not sure what's going to come out of it, but it feels energetically powerful. So we'll see. Now, when I was called to shut down personal readings, I thought it was because I really want to finish the draft of my next novel. I have other creative projects I want to work on. I have stuff to do. I have stuff I want to do. But that's not how this journey works. And you have to go where you're led. And I have realized that there's always a reason. So what's interesting about this is I was chatting with a couple of other readers over on Instagram today who I noticed were called to take a break as well. That's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that all of us as readers, especially on this Sacred Union journey, are being called to take a break this week. I had no idea. I thought it was just, so that I could work on my book. I thought it was just so that I could put the focus elsewhere when my energy has been pulled towards readings. But there's always a purpose. There's always a reason for everything. What I do feel very strongly is this has to do with our divine masculines or the divine masculine energy within us. Take it as it's resonating for you. It feels like it is what I was told, a rite of passage for divine masculines. What that means, I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to sit with that energy and see what that means. Maybe it will come out in the reading today, what exactly is going on. But it just, in conjunction with the detachment that we've been feeling, the disconnect we've been feeling, it feels like this is a rite of passage. Maybe a rite of passion, I don't know. But it feels like it's a rite of passage for divine masculines to possibly go within themselves or to rise up or whatever is happening. But it feels like in the last reading we talked about divine masculines being on their knees in surrender, where it felt like they were on the precipice where they had a choice point to make. They could either repeat the old cycles or they could evolve. And they had channeled to me that divine masculines were feeling like they were getting tired of their old shit. They were getting tired of the same old as well. They were putting their so much energy into resisting that it was like burning them out. And they were questioning, why am I resisting? Why am I putting a hand up to this connection? Why am I not just allowing myself to feel? Why am I repeating the same patterns? Why am I doing the same things? They know they want something different for their lives. And it's like they got tired of their own bullshit. They got tired of their old life, so much to the point where they were on their knees kind of ready for the universe to guide them elsewhere. Do make sure that you check out the last few readings. I will link them in the description box below. But so we're going to see what's going on now, but I'm very curious to see, because this seems like a pivotal point in time, especially with all of us as readers being called to take a step back from collective readings. So it really does feel like a call for all of us to go within, for all of us to nurture that intuitive energy within us. Like I said, I'm being called to really go on a spiritual pilgrimage and retreat within myself, within my own sacred energy this weekend. It's a call for me to be still. It's a call for me to work with the energy around me. Dragon energy has been very strong around me. Isis energy, like I said, Mary Magdalene energy. Really a call for me to tune out outside influences and really find that power and divinity within myself again, because I had been relying on outside resources. I had been questioning myself and not losing faith in myself. That faith in myself is very strong. I recognize that in myself now, but it was a questioning. It was a not diving deep enough. So I'm doing the deep dive this weekend, so we'll see what happens. But that feels like that's what's happening this week. So we will possibly do a collective reading next week or this week, depending on what I'm called to. If I feel the energy there, that's when I'm called to do readings. I don't have a set schedule. I tried that. It does not work for me or my channel. I just go with where spirit leads me. So we'll see. We'll see how the energy shifts. We'll see what's happening. And do make sure that you stay tuned to my Instagram and Facebook as well, my social media platforms. I'm going to do a little bit of a social media detox, but I will post as I'm called to. So do make sure that you stay tuned and that you subscribe to the channel here so you don't miss anything. And ring that little bell, that notification bell, because I've been told that some of you guys haven't been receiving notifications when I have new videos. So make sure that you do ring that bell. All right, so let's see what's going on in the collective spirit. What do you need us to know? Pardon me. Spirit, what do you need us to know for the collective? What do you need us to know right now for these sacred unions? What do you need us to know for divine masculine, divine feminine? Yeah, the Hermit just popped out. This is a time for deep introspection, a time to go within yourself. It's almost like what they're showing me is to go within the cave of yourself, the caverns of yourself, they just said, they corrected me, to find the wisdom and the peace and the love within, to really dive deep and look at anywhere where there's still some subconscious wounding or healing to be done, anywhere where you feel like you're still holding yourself back from your own power, from recognizing that you are a conscious co-creator with the universe, that you are a master manifester, that you have the divinity within you to change your life. This is for divine masculine and divine feminine here. So this, and we have 7 pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This feels like a pause before the reaping of the harvest here. You see how he's just kind of waiting and he's watching. This is, and he's seeing how like all these pentacles here are, they're blossoming on the branches. This is just a period of going within, a deep pause, a deep rest period. We've been doing a lot of heavy energy work in the ethereal realms, in the spiritual plane. We have been doing a lot of battling the darkness within ourselves, calling back old past life fragmented pieces of ourselves. We have been doing a lot of astral traveling. We've been doing a lot of work, a lot of collective healing work as well, in the energetic realms, in the higher dimensions. And so some of us might be feeling exhausted. We might be feeling spent energetically. So this period is time for us to go deep within and to rest. So do take it as it resonates for you. For some of us, we're going to be doing even more spiritual work. For others, it's a call for rest. And for others, it's a blending of the two. You might be doing, taking naps or doing meditation, which is rest in and of itself. It's a lot of self-nurturing energy in this card here. A lot of going deep within, because even as you're resting and you're nurturing yourself and you are meditating, you're doing the work even then as well, because what you're doing is you're filling up your cup on love. And self-nurturing, self-nourishing, nourishing your own soul is super important right now. Following that own inner light there. Okay, I feel like that's going to be the crowning card here. Oh, I do want to mention, some of my friends, I'm friends with the owners of a metaphysical shop near me, and during this lockdown, I do want to support them. So if you guys are interested, if you're in need of candles or incense or gemstones or any of that information or any of that stuff, please do check out my friend's metaphysical shop. It's local to me. But they do ship. They have an online store. I will post all the information in the description box below. They are fabulous. Fabulous people, a fabulous shop. Do make sure that you check that out. Okay. Yeah, this is all introspective energy that's coming through. Okay. Spirit, what's going on here? Yeah. Okay, so this feels like yeah. All right. This feels like divine masculine energy here. We have the Five of Cups, we have the Empress, we have the Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords, Six of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, do you guys see how I have this set up? How I pulled this out? Remember, I'm an intuitive reader, so I go with the energy that they give me. I was being called to put the Ten of Swords. These two cards came out, the Six of Swords and the Nine of Wands came out together, and then I pulled the Ten of Swords off the bottom of the deck, as I sometimes do. And I put it like this, and then I was called to put it like this because of these two 10 numbers, because of these two endings, which I'm going to get to in a second because there's a message that's coming in. But they said, no, keep it here for now because there's another message. So I'm explaining that because I want you to understand that there's why I might be rearranging the cards here. So Five of Cups, the Empress, and the Ten of Cups. This is divine masculine energy. I feel like they are cloaked in this, in essence, kind of darkness right now, where they are really going deep within and they are looking at their past choices. And I do feel like there is this deep regret, there's this deep remorse there, where in some cases I feel like they're going a little bit too far. Some divine masculines are going a little bit too far, and it's almost like castigating themselves. It's almost like they're flogging themselves. They're really doing a number on themselves with this victim mentality, with this self-loathing energy. They are very well aware of the past, their past actions. Now, this could have to do with beliefs or family dynamics or addictions or career choices, finances, whatever it is, however it's resonating. They're really looking at their past and they're doing a number on themselves. They are really just, they're really, it feels like they're on their knees. But I feel like they are coming out of that energy. And I feel like with this Empress card here, I feel like because you are always on their mind, you are helping them come out of that energy where they're recognizing, I don't have to loathe myself for my past actions. My past actions were my past actions. They were, I want to make sure I'm articulating. My past actions were my past actions. They were the choices that I made, and maybe they weren't the best ones, but I'm here now, and I have a choice now. It's so interesting because we talked about the choice point in the past few readings. We've been talking about the choice point for the past 6 months. And you can, in the search bar, you can Google or search on YouTube for on my channel for choice point. We've been talking about this for the past few months, where they have been making choices knowing that they have a choice point. That choice point is here now for them to get off their knees and start taking action towards their happiness, to start creating their happiness, because they are recognizing and understanding that those 2 cups are still there. These 3 cups of their past might be spilled over, whatever this resonates for them. However this is, whatever choices it was that they made in the past, those are spilled over, those are done. It's over, the past is done. But there are 2 cups that are still here. It's like Rafiki says to Simba when he bats him over the head with the stick. He says, it's in the past, what does it matter? It matters for your growth. It matters for your expansion. It matters that you learn from it. And it matters that you choose a different pattern. It matters that you see things differently. Everything that we go through is a learning experience. It's a chance for us to grow. It's a chance for us to expand. It's a choice for us to grow and to expand. It is a choice for us to do things differently if it wasn't suiting us before. It's a choice for us to change the pattern and shift in perception and shift in consciousness. It's a choice for us to expand. A chance and a choice here. And so divine masculines have been clouded and cloaked in this energy of self-loathing and just darkness and feeling like they were just in a hamster wheel going around and around and around, not realizing that they could just step off the wheel. They can choose differently if they were to see things differently. But it's like they were so focused, narrow focused. What do you call it when it's like you have blinders on? I'm not sure what the phrase is. It's not coming to me now, but it's like you have blinders on either side and you can't see what's surrounding you. You just have that straightforward vision and you can't see the big picture. They're starting to understand the big picture. They're starting to pull back and change their perspective so that they can see everything around them. They can see that they have a choice. They can just hop off the wheel. They can do things differently. They can change their patterns, and by changing their patterns, they can change their life. And excuse me, with your energy here, the Empress energy here, this is their divine feminine energy. Two things they're coming in with. This is their energy, their feminine energy within them, where they're recognizing that they can birth a new future for themselves that is happiness. But more than that, remember, the feminine energy within them is you, divine feminine. They are constantly thinking about you. They cannot get you off their mind. And because of that, you are a shining light for them. Now, they might be trying to push that aside. They might be trying to forget you. They might be trying to resist you. But their heart of hearts, they know that they can't, and they know that they don't want to, because they know that you bring this 10 of Cups to them. They know that you bring this light to them. They know that you bring this happiness to them, that you bring this love. And there's the Emperor. There he is. The divine masculine. Divine masculine knows that you guys are counterparts in this love here. And they know that they want this new beginning with you in this love. Side by side, as counterparts, for that happiness. They are recognizing this, and they're recognizing that this is the choice point here. See, being illuminated. Recognizing that this is the choice point. They have been enlightened. They have broken free from the illusions, or are breaking free from the illusions. That's this ending that we're going to talk about here. They realize that they have the world in their hands, that they can make that choice for their future. This is the doorway. They just have to step through the doorway to make that decision here. But they recognize that you bring this happiness to them. You light up. You see how dark this card is? You see how light and airy and happy these cards are? The Empress and the 10 of Cups. They recognize that you bring that balance and that peace and that harmony and that happiness and that sense of nurturing creativity to them. They recognize that part of their wish fulfillment is you. They were just turning their back on it. They were just so focused on their past and their pain and their wounding that they weren't recognizing the connection. They weren't recognizing you. They were resisting you. They were so putting all of their energy and exhausting themselves because they were putting all of their energy on this resistance. But that is what is closing out here. The pain of the past, the betrayal of the past, recognizing that they had betrayed and put you into pain as well. They are feeling that karma. They are feeling that pain. They are feeling that regret and that remorse, but they're moving away from it, which is beautiful because they have to move away from it. If they want to give this a chance, if they want to continue to fight for this connection, if they want to persevere as the warrior that they are, as the emperor that they are, if they want this new beginning here to be the divine masculine, they recognize that they have to move away and close out the door on their past. The past was the old them, but now they can move into an energy of peace and harmony and balance into these calmer waters for a new beginning of love. It took a lot of self-love. It took a lot of healing. It took a lot of looking at themselves and this introspective energy for them to do this, but they are rising into the divine masculine energy here. Clearing out the distortions, clearing out the pain of the past. Moving on, especially within their minds. A lot of these masculines were overthinkers. They were just, again, on that hamster wheel, repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating the same beliefs, the same stories, the same perceptions. A lot of it having to do with self-loathing, a lack of love, a lack of value, a lack of worth. A lot of it having to do with, this is the way I've lived my life and the way I've always lived my life, and I don't know anything else, so I can't have anything else. You brought sunlight into their life. You brought a new perspective to them. You woke them up to the way they were doing things, and that they have a choice to change things, that they can have this happily ever after, that they can have this everything, that their dreams aren't merely dreams, that they can make that into something real and something tangible. A lot of these masculines as well, they live so much in their fantasy, in their mind, in their daydreams, that they didn't believe that it could actually be real. And so when they came face to face with their empress, it scared them, because it made them feel like, wait a minute, I don't know if this is real. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if I can have this. I don't know if I'm worthy of this, because I held you in such high esteem. You were confident, and you were real, and you were intimidating to them. You were the embodiment of all these queens. You were the high priestess, and it was intimidating because you showed them their shadows. But more than that, you showed them their light. And that light, because they had lived so long in this pain, in this darkness, that light scared them. The light within themselves scared them. For a lot of them, for so long, they had had people or friends or family or other partners show them their lack, show them their lack of worth, show them their lack of value. And here you are actually seeing the soul of them. You're seeing the truth of them. You're seeing the divine masculine energy within them. Even if their actions weren't displaying that in the physical, you saw their soul, you saw their heart, you saw their truth. That scared the shit out of them. Just like it scared you too, divine feminines. We're not ignoring you guys either. You can't not be held accountable here too. It scared you too, because you finally met your match. You finally met somebody who challenged you. You finally met somebody who dared to love you the way you deserve to be loved, and it scared you. You finally met somebody who saw you. And now we're not talking about loved you the way you deserve to be loved in the 3D, because the 3D physical plane might have looked distorted, because that was distorted energy that was coming up between you guys. But we're talking about energetically. Energetically, you felt this bond. Energetically, you felt like home to each other. And for a lot of divine feminines, there had always been that knowing that there was somebody who felt like home. You always knew that there was something that felt like home. Like there was a piece of you that you were missing. And what this connection really showed you was that you had that peace within yourself all along. What your divine masculine showed you was that you were home within yourself all along, because you are love. And because you are love, you are always whole. Because you are love, you are always at home within yourself. Your divine masculine just showed you that piece of you. That's what you've done on this healing journey. Because you and your divine counterpart are always one energetically. Even if you're separated in the physical, that home always resides within you. Because you're always home within yourself, because you're always loved within yourself. Your divine masculine showed you, divine feminine, what you're worthy of. Showed you how to stand in your empress energy. Showed you how to stand in your strength, in your power, in your divinity. Divine masculine showed you how loved and love you are, and how much you have to offer, and how you can receive as well. So, divine feminines, you've learned from divine masculines as well. And you were a little bit afraid of this as well, because you had to go on your own healing journey throughout this connection, throughout this journey. So that's where you guys have been mirroring each other. But back to divine masculines, they could not believe that this existed. And so they tried to resist it. They tried to turn their back on it. They tried to look into other connections to see if they could find that same feeling within other relationships, within other career, within some people focused on money, some people focused on family, some people focused on children, some people focused on back into their escapism within their addictions. They ran from this connection because they didn't believe that it was possible. They thought that it was just a fluke. They're starting to understand this. They're realizing, and that's part of the regret that they're feeling, that they were just turning their back on themselves and what they truly want. And what they truly want is their empress. What they truly want is their happiness, and they're understanding that their happiness is you. That you are part of them, that you are part of their happiness. And they have spent so much energy, wasted energy, resisting. Now, when I say wasted, they're correcting me. They're saying it's not wasted because you both had to go through this journey to rise and to heal and to learn. Because there was so much karma, not just between you two, but from your past relationships, from your family dynamics, from career, from past choices, from this lifetime, and from past lifetimes, and collective healing that you were doing as well. There was a lot. So nothing was wasted. This journey wasn't wasted. Every step that you've been through on this journey was for a reason, was for a purpose to bring you to this now point. Understand that. Nothing, that's a really strong message here. Nothing was wasted. But there was so much energy of resistance here that it has brought them to their knees. And they don't have to be on their knees anymore. They just have to surrender to their own heart. They have to surrender to what it is they truly want. And that's where this hermit energy is coming in. This is where both of you are going within to seek out the wisdom of your heart. To recognize and be honest with yourselves about what is it that you truly want now. Turning away from the past. Putting that cycle to an end. Closing it out completely. This is dead, and he's got 10 swords in his back. This is dead. This is done. This is over. This past cycle is gone. It's over. And now you're moving on to something much more calmer, much more harmonious, much more peaceful. The storm is done. The storm is done. The battles have been won, fought and won. And so he's kind of looking over his shoulder. You see his eyes there, how he's kind of weary looking. He's looking at the past like, I don't know, is the past going to come back and bite me in the ass? But that's where faith comes in. That's where the Emperor stands up and says, no, I have this brand new beginning here. I have my Ace of Cups. I have my cup filling up with love. I have the Holy Spirit with me, divine love, the power of source energy. I'm choosing something different for myself. I'm breaking myself free from any stagnant energy, and I'm closing out that cycle to start something fresh. To start something fresh that I want for my life, because I have the world in my hands now. I've been through this journey, and now I'm ready for something else, something better, something calmer, something new, something that is fulfilling. This warrior doesn't give up. This warrior doesn't give up. No matter how battle-worn he's been, and this has been a battle for you both, no matter battle-worn he's been, he knows that he only needs to surrender to his heart. He only needs to surrender to the divine, to source energy, God, whatever it is that you call it, and know that you are being led by your own soul, by source energy itself, being one and the same. You are being led to your happiness if you just let go of this energy here. This is that forward movement. This is that progression energy. Moving away from the regret of the past, closing out that cycle, letting the past be the past, and choosing something different for yourself. Choosing to birth a new reality. Choosing to create with your divine feminine. Choosing to move forward into this harmony and to keep fighting for your happiness. And when we say fighting, Spirit's saying, we don't mean fighting because you don't have to fight anymore. You don't have to make it happen. You don't have to control it. When we say fighting, we mean be that manifester, be that emperor. Take control of your life, not from a manipulative way, not from a, how do I say this? It's from a way of authority, from saying, I have the power to create. This is magician energy here. I have the power to create. I have the tools to create. I can take the step and lead from my heart. I can follow my heart and lead from that place of wisdom, from that place of groundedness. I'm also hearing, they're pointing me to the root chakra here, from that place of groundedness, from that place of feeling safe in the world now. I feel safe in the world now to create, to bring my happiness into reality. From the cups to the pentacles, to make it my reality. Okay, I'm getting called to get a couple of more cards, so let's see what we've got. Spirit, anything else you want to say? Okay, I was asking why we have the 9 of Swords and we have the 8 of Swords. And I was asking why do we have that, and Justice came out. So what I feel like is breaking free from this anxiety, breaking free from the hamster wheel. That's what the 8 of Swords is, being trapped in your own mind. Recognizing that you can just get off the wheel. You don't have to overthink. You don't have to overanalyze. You don't have to be in such a state of anxiety and fear, this regret. You have to balance yourself out. This Justice card, balancing yourself out, breaking yourself free from this, what I'm hearing is disillusionment. Because that's all this is. This is all mental. There's no grounding of reality around this. The swords are all mental conflict. And you see how she's tied herself up. You see how she's in bed, hands over her or his face. But there's no dragons there. Well, I say dragons because in one of the other decks there are dragons, but dragons aren't anything to be afraid of. There's no monsters there. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's no shadows there. This is just their own inner conflict. This is just the own inner anxiety. This is just being trapped inside of yourself, and you can break free from that by balancing out yourself. Justice is coming to your heart space and to this connection. Balancing out, once you break free from this anxiety, once you break free from this mental entrapment, justice is restored here to your own inner peace and your own inner balance, and to this connection as well. Yeah, with the Devil and the King of Swords, that's what I feel like. I feel like you're cutting free from this energy. You're balancing out this energy within you, cutting free from the chains that bind you to any toxic energy. So if there were patterns that were being repeated, if you were stuck in a mindset, this is making the choice to break free from that by being honest with yourself, by being clear with yourself, by going deep within and saying, this is my truth, this is what I want, and expressing that to yourself or to your partner. This is breaking free from those patterns that were holding you back in this mental energy. I really like how Justice and the King of Swords came out, because that's this energy here. This is all that toxicity that was holding you back, that was keeping you in resistance, that was essentially blocking this 10 of Cups here. And once this is broken free from, once this energy, once you turn around, Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine, once you turn around, end this cycle, this is what comes in. Justice, King of Swords, Empress, 10 of Cups, the 6 of Swords, the Ace of Cups. That's what comes in, because you are finally standing in your power and speaking your truth. The mask has fallen. The mask has fallen here. The King of Swords is someone who is not afraid to speak up. They can be a little bit blunt. They can be a little bit stoic, but they are not afraid to speak their truth. They are not afraid to be authentically them. They are not afraid to be honest with what they are thinking and what they are feeling. This is restoring balance. And what I also like, what they're pointing me to, is this is all swords energy. So the truth, the King of Swords, the truth that he carries is breaking through this mental anxiety. Being the king, being that King of Swords, that honesty, especially within the self, is creating balance that clears away this toxic energy here. The anxiety, the mental entrapment, the attachment and toxic energy here. This can be obsession, addictions, false beliefs. This could be relationships where you feel attached to a person, karmic relationships, karmic situations, anywhere where you feel like a lower vibrational energy is holding you down. That King of Swords, because he's being truthful, because he's being honest, because he's communicating with himself by doing the inner work, he's breaking free from all of this toxic energy right here. To be the King of Pentacles, to be much more stable, dependable, grounded, to be much more confident, self-assured. This is maturity here. That's what's coming in here, to be much more mature, to be the Emperor. Beautiful. All right, you guys, how do we want to end? Let's see. I'm hearing romance angels, but I want to get a Lover's Oracle card first. Actually, I'm going to get a Romance Angels because I'm going to end with the Lover's Oracle as guidance for you guys. But I'm going to get a Romance Angels because I want to see, what are you actually feeling for each other at this time? I feel like we kind of want that. We want to look into that. How are you actually feeling about each other in this connection at this time? What's actually going on? Because this is what's going on with regards to healing. This is what's going on with regards to the blocks, the challenges, what's going on inside of yourself. But how are you actually feeling about each other? Spirit, how is Divine Masculine feeling about Divine Feminine at this time? I'm not taking all that. How's Divine Masculine feeling about Divine Feminine at this time? Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. On the bottom of the deck, we have romantic feelings. Yeah, they are feeling the emotion for you, Divine Feminines. They are feeling like, I feel they're seeing you in this Empress energy. They're feeling a lot of overwhelming love for you. They're feeling like they want to come forward and express themselves to you, to share this love, to show you what you truly mean to them and how you've always mattered to them. They've just been holding themselves back because they've been in this energy where they don't know how. They don't know how to move their life forward. They don't know how to make that decision to cut free from this toxic energy. But I do feel like the more they step into this King of Swords energy, the more they go within and are honest with themselves about what it is that you mean to them and what it is that they want for their life, what it is that they want for themselves, the more they're recognizing how they feel for you. The more they're recognizing that they have these feelings for you, the more they're recognizing that they want to express their love to you. The more they're recognizing that they've been holding themselves back from their own happiness. Nobody else but themselves. They've been keeping themselves in this mental entrapment. They've been resisting themselves. They've been holding themselves back and essentially abandoning and rejecting themselves because of it. Divine Feminines, how are you feeling about your Divine Masculine at this time? We have make the effort and getting to know each other. Getting to know each other was the daily energy draw for Friday, Romance Angels Friday, this past week. So do check that out if you haven't. I feel like So that make the effort card is interesting. Divine Feminines, I feel like you need to make the effort to forgive the past. There have been some old resentments, feelings of betrayal, possibly due to something recently that came up, but it was layers that unlocked layers for you. Old fears, old wounds that came up, old questionings that came up, lack of faith, possibly even, where I feel like you need to make the effort to forgive again, to go within and return to that place of compassion and love for your divine masculine, almost like keep an open mind for the transformation that is happening within this connection, where you will have to get to know each other again, because the old masculine that you knew, once they go through this transformation and clear out this energy, they're not going to be the same. And so, like we said in divine or in the daily energy draw, if they come back, if your divine masculine comes back with communication or a physical reunion or whatever it is, Spirit doesn't want you putting up a block, putting up that guard and saying, wait, no. They want you to recognize the soul within, just like you always have. They want you to recognize the love within, just as you always have. They don't want you putting up that blockade. They don't want you putting up that guard. So I do feel like this is for you to make the effort to not guard your heart anymore, to allow yourself to get to know each other again. It says, as you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Allow that intimacy to come back between you two. Allow that vulnerability to come back between you two. Or if it wasn't ever there before, allow it to be there now. Keep an open mind when it comes to this connection. And do make the effort to keep unguarding your heart and unblocking your heart. Doesn't mean that you're not having boundaries. Divine Feminines, you know how to have boundaries now. You know how to stand up for yourself. You know what you deserve. You know what you're worth. And like I always say, if it feels like it's the same egoic structure that your divine masculine is carrying, you don't have to accept it. But they do want you to make the effort to put down that guard and unblock your heart towards your divine masculine, with that renewed strength within yourself, with that power that you're holding within yourself, with that Empress energy that you're in. But allow yourself to get to know each other again. Allow your divine masculine to come in with these romantic feelings and expressions of love that they want to come in with this new sense of stability, dependability, and balance and maturity that your divine masculine is learning. Your divine masculine is maturing. There was a lot of immature, childish energy about them before. But they are maturing the more they clear away this toxic energy, the more they let go of the past. They are maturing the more they recognize and become enlightened about this connection and about themselves first and foremost. And it's taken them doing a deep dive within themselves to recognize themselves in order for this to happen. But divine feminines, you have to allow this to happen too. Believe in your divine masculines as you believe in yourself, because you are that energy. You are that one. So again, you can maintain your boundaries. You know what you deserve. You know what you don't deserve. But believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And as you believe in yourself, allow your love to flow, and allow that love to flow to and from your divine masculine as well, because there are transformations that are happening here. I gotta say, you guys, I'm a little bit of a resistance to that as well. The message is coming forth, so I have to say it, but I'm in a little bit of resistance to that. And I've got to be working on that as well, because I've got some guards up. I do. So I'm kind of like, okay, Spirit, I'll believe it when I see it. And I think some of you guys are as well, but that's what we do. That's why I'm going into my spiritual retreat this weekend, so that I can feel it more at peace and at balance and at flow with love myself, because I like when I feel that flow within myself. That feels good to me. That feels like the natural me. This feeling of resentment that I have, the anger that came about from recent experiences, it triggered old wounding, and I don't like that feeling within me. So I'm working on making the effort for myself to unguard my heart, unblock my heart, and just flow again. But does that mean I'm going to put up with any of this? No. No, no, no. But I do believe in my divine masculine. And because I believe in myself. And I've come to recognize that if I want to believe in myself, I have to believe in my divine masculine. And allow and believe in the divine, believe in the universe, believe in this journey, just allowing it to unfold as it will. Allowing it to unfold as it will. I know my strength now. I know my power. I know my divine right. And I am not allowing anything less than what I know I deserve into my life. But I also know what transformation is, because I've felt that transformation within me. And because of that, I believe in my divine masculine. And so this is that getting to know each other energy again. And no matter what happens, I don't want to approach love in any form, whether it's with my divine masculine or anybody else, with a blocked heart. So that's where I'm making the effort here. So, yeah, I'm a little bit of resistant to these messages here, but myself. But you know, I watch these. I don't know what I'm channeling when I'm channeling. I just let the messages move through me, and I translate as best as I can. And I watch these readings back, and you know, I'm on this journey just as much as you guys are, and so these messages are for me too. And yeah, there are lessons that we're all learning here. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens, especially this week. This feels like a pivotal week. Again, it feels like a rite of passage for some reason. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, I want to get a card of guidance from the Lover's Oracle deck. Spirit, what do you have for these divine counterparts? What guidance do you have for these divine counterparts? This deck is very hard to shuffle. Let's get one more. Okay. Oh. Bottom of the deck, we have Twin Flames, Your Passion Ignites. So we have imagine all unwanted thoughts dissolving into light, creating room for new opportunities and possibilities for your life. That's this energy here. Make the effort. That's just what we were saying. Make the effort to release any resentment, release any blockages within you, release any of those guards, put down that protective layer around your heart to just let love flow. Because when you're in that high vibration of peace and harmony within yourself and allowing love to flow to you and from you, then that's where miracles happen. That's where momentous shifts occur. That's where possibilities are truly endless. And that's where the opportunities for your life and for connection comes in. We also have look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is deep as the ocean. This feels like divine masculine. This really feels like this is what they want to say to you. They're saying to meet me on the bridge of the heart. That is a message we've been getting since the very beginning of my channel. Meet me on the bridge of the heart, the heart chakra there. So unblock your heart. Let down that guard. Let that love flow and feel your divine masculine there. Meet them on the bridge of the heart. Meet them on the bridge. All right, you guys, that's going to be it for today's reading. Again, we're going to be close to personal readings next week, but if you do want to book with me, make sure you email me for when we come back, May 3rd or 4th. And I'm not going to have any collective readings unless I'm called to follow up. So do make sure that you subscribe to the channel and stay tuned to my social media platforms as well. I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and we'll see you soon. Bye.